Hey guys, today I'm going to be sharing my June empties with you, and I have a ton of stuff this month actually. I didn't realize how much I had until I actually took it out of the bag. I feel like this always happens. Suddenly it's full and I don't know where all these empties came from. But I have a lot of different categories and I'm going to try to go through these fairly quickly and not spend a lot of time on each separate item. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with the hair care first. I finished up a bottle of the shampoo and conditioner from the Clear Scalp and Hair Therapy Damage and Color Repair lines. And these smelled pretty good. They made my hair fairly soft, but I wasn't super impressed with them. It took me quite a while to use these up, and they weren't my favorite. I definitely prefer the Dove shampoo, so I probably won't repurchase these anytime soon. I also finished off a little sample size of the Win Sweet Almond Mint Cleansing Conditioner. This stuff I got in a Birchbox, I think maybe, but I wasn't super impressed with it. I've been intrigued by it for a long time, but I never found myself using it because I worried that it wouldn't keep my hair clean enough if I washed it, because usually my hair gets pretty greasy pretty fast. It made it decently soft, but I wasn't super impressed. I definitely wouldn't purchase the full size of it. Usually I don't like to include samples in here unless I've gotten a good chance to try them out and really get a feel for them. So with this one I got about 3 uses out of it. This is the Suave Natural Infusion Strengthening Light Leave-In Cream. And this I got from I think they sent it with a hot look order for some apparent reason. This stuff did not smell very good to me. It was very herbally smelling and it made my hair feel really heavy. I wasn't impressed with the way my hair felt after I got done with it. It didn't feel really any softer. It just felt like it was really weighed down by this. So I would definitely not buy this. Even though it's cheap, I wouldn't buy the full size. My last hair care product is a box of hair dye. This is the Garnier Nutrice in Soft Mahogany Dark Brown. I dyed my hair this color maybe 3 weeks ago or so in an attempt to counteract the red that was fading really fast in my hair. It didn't stay very long. My hair lost its color very quickly, and for some reason this color didn't make my bottom layers match with my top layer. So I bought another hair dye that I'm actually going to do probably tomorrow. That wasn't this kind. I normally use this one and it's okay, but I think my hair has just been colored and damaged so much that it doesn't stay the way it used to. Alright, next I'm going to move on to shower type products, skincare, body care type things. This is just a random assortment of stuff really, but the first thing that I have is the Carol's Daughter Almond Cookie Shea Souffle Lotion, and this stuff was really thick. I liked the smell of it and it made my legs really soft, but it took a long time for it to sink in because it was so thick. It was more along the lines of a body butter type product. I had it for a really long time. This jar is massive, and so I used probably for a good 7 months or so before I finally used it up. I liked it, it just took a really long time to sink in, so it wasn't my favorite. I might repurchase it at some point, but it's not going to be the first one I go back to. The lotion that I really did love this month was the Julep Pomegranate Body Cream. I don't know if they still make this or not. I got this a while ago when I was still a Julep Maven member and part of the nail box and whatever, and it came as like an extra. I'm not a big fan of the pomegranate smell, but the lotion was phenomenal. It sank into my skin really quickly but left it moisturized. It wasn't thick, it was a more watery consistency almost. But it did leave me really hydrated and it did a great job. So if they still had this, I would definitely look into repurchasing it. I meant to put this in my favorites and I forgot, but it was awesome. My last lotion is one of the Perlier Mellow Grano lotions, and these are just little ones that come in a little glass container. I've had several of these in my last few empties videos that I'm working through. This one, I wasn't the biggest fan of the smell. It was okay, as all of these lotions are. They're alright at moisturizing. They didn't do a great job. I just leave them on my coffee table and moisturize my hands while I'm sitting there and I think about it. So it was okay. I don't know that I would purchase like any of these in the future. I have 2 shower products that go in this section. One is the Dove Winter Care Nourishing Body Wash. I've shown this in empties before. I absolutely love this body wash. I have one more full size because I got a pack of them, and I really love these. I know they probably don't have these anymore because it's not winter anymore obviously, but if they come out again next year I'll definitely stock up on them. They make my skin really soft and the smell's a little different, but I really like it overall. I would definitely go back to this body wash. I'm never going back to any of the like Bath and Body Works ones that I had before because they're just not as good. I have a Suave Naturals Tropical Coconut Conditioner, and this I actually didn't use as a conditioner. I used it as a shave gel, shave lotion, whatever. Glow of Grace recommended using this because that's what she did before, and I tried it and I actually really liked it. I did go back to shaving gels after this just because I wanted to see the difference and see if it made a huge difference, because these are way cheaper than shave gels usually and you get way more product. And I find that I actually like this better because like with shave gels they automatically wash off if you get water on them and they, you know, fade away very quickly, and I shave my legs in the shower, so this stays on a lot better and holds up against the water when it comes down and hits it, so I don't lose all the shave gel I just put on if it gets splashed with water. The next product is something that you would have seen in most of my last Empties video. I think I've had one per Empties video at least my last couple of videos, and this is the Bio Oil. I use this to help counteract stretch marks that are on my thighs and knees from growing and things like that. I like it a lot. I think I've actually seen a difference. I've been using it for about 6 months now, pretty consistently, almost every morning and every night. And I have seen a difference. My stretch marks have faded in color because they were more of a blue type color, and they're less noticeable now. So I'm going to keep using these. I have one in my bathroom right now. Actually, I have 2 in my bathroom right now. So hopefully at some point my stretch marks will fade enough that I don't have to keep purchasing this. But as of right now, I will keep purchasing it until I'm happy with where they're at. The last thing in this section in the shower skincare type stuff are razors. So I used up the Dorco Shea double 3 blade system for women razors. There were 4 of them in here. I use this with my Dorco, I think it's Shea, I don't know how you pronounce it. I use it with that razor. I like these. They're just as good as other razors that I've tried, and they're way cheaper. So you can buy them on the Dorco website. They're pretty good if you're sick of paying a ton of money for Venus razors or Gillette razors and things like that. This is a good alternative. Next up, I'm moving on to facial skincare type products. I have a bunch of stuff. I used up all of my Deep Pore Cleansing Clarisonic brush heads. This one was a set of 4 that I got from Sephora, I think, and this is a better way to go. These are usually $75, and if you buy them separately, they're $22 or something like that per brush head. I like the Deep Pore Cleansing ones. I think they do a better job of cleaning my face, and you're supposed to change these out every 3 months or so, so I actually need to buy another set so that I have those when I run out of this, or when it's 3 months with this particular one. I've tried the acne one before, and that one was fine. I don't know that there's a huge difference. I just feel better when I use these, I guess. I don't know. They're fine though. I have 2 Biore Deep Pore Cleansing Strips. I think one of these I got from my Biore Rewards, and I stuck them in a box with some other things. I love the Biore Deep Pore Cleansing Strips. I think they're great. It's always nice to take extra blackheads off of your nose and things like that. I usually use this after I use a face mask. It's a lot more effective that way. I will keep purchasing these, and the best thing about these are that they come with rewards points inside. So if you sign on to Facebook and use those reward points, you can work those towards other items. So there's gift cards and things like that, but I usually use them towards this because I feel like that's the best deal. I have a Michael Todd True Organics Jojoba Charcoal Facial Scrub, and this I got with a set of things from Michael Todd a while back. I've used up everything else, and I wasn't a huge fan of this particular face scrub. I didn't feel like it exfoliated very well at all. I couldn't really tell that there were exfoliating particles in it. I didn't see a noticeable difference in it, so it took me a long time to use this up. I finally put it in my shower, so I would force myself to use it up. It's not my favorite. I definitely won't repurchase it. I have a Proactive cleanser. This is the Extra Strength formula. You see this in pretty much all of my Empties videos, something from this line. I have used this since I was a teenager, so I definitely keep purchasing these. I feel like my skin freaks out when I don't use Proactive stuff, so I definitely will keep purchasing this. This looks pretty gross now, but I have a Garnier Clean Nourishing Cleansing Oil. I love this stuff. It does a really good job of taking off my makeup. I use it not every night, but I use it probably every other night or a couple times a week. It takes a little while to get the makeup off of my eyes. I have to sometimes let it sit for just a little bit before I go to rinse it off, but I don't feel like it leaves a film on my face. I've already repurchased. I really like this stuff, and it's pretty cheap for a cleansing oil. If you guys have any suggestions on other good cleansing oils, though, let me know in the comments below, because I'm curious to try other ones. I have the Rock Retinol Correction Max Wrinkle Resurfacing System, which has an anti-wrinkle treatment and then a resurfacing serum. This was really expensive, and I don't know that I noticed a huge difference. I've heard people rave about it, but I don't think it made a huge difference. I have wrinkles starting to get on my forehead already, and so I used this in hopes that I could get rid of some of those fine lines and things like that, and this wasn't super great. I feel like it made my skin really soft, but other than that, I wasn't super impressed with it. I don't think I would repurchase this just because I didn't notice a huge difference. I have a Way East Chestnut Refirming Eye Treatment. Pretty much with any eye treatment, I use them just because I want to moisturize under my eyes and hopefully prevent fine lines, but I don't notice a huge difference. This one was okay. I'm working on a bunch of other ones right now. I don't know that I would specifically repurchase this one, but it was fine. I have a Neutrogena Rapid Clear 2-in-1 Fight and Fade Gel. I've shown this before in an Empties video. I like the idea that it's supposed to help fade acne scars. I don't know that it makes a huge difference. I'm using some other products right now to see if those work any more effectively. I mean, this is okay, but I don't know that it does a huge change in my skin. The last facial skincare product that I have is this Caudalie SOS Thirst Quenching Serum. And this I got because Essie Button recommended it, and I actually really liked this. It's expensive, I think it's like $50 or something like that, but it does a really nice job of when my skin is really dry, like during the winter if I get dry patches around here. It helps moisturize very quickly, so I usually put this on and then put my moisturizer on, and it does an excellent job of helping my skin when I'm super dry. I don't use this any other time because it would be way too much, but it's great for that. At some point I'll probably repurchase this, but I don't need it right now because it's summer and I'm more oily. I have 2 nail care items. This is something that I shared in my May favorites and fails. This is the OPI top coat, and this one, it took forever to dry. It clumped up really fast, so there's like half the bottle left of it, but it's like really goopy and stringy at this point and it doesn't really do any good. And I hated this top coat. I didn't think it was very good at all, so I definitely won't repurchase this one. I'm using my Out the Door top coat right now, and that one's way better, so I wouldn't suggest purchasing this one. And then I have my CND sticky base coat, and this is like a green base coat. This one was decent. It helped my nail polish stay on a lot better, but it didn't protect my nails from staining at all. So usually if I took this off and I had a bright color on, my nails would be stained underneath, which isn't that what base coats are supposed to do? I don't know. So I got a different base coat. I have I think it's the Orly Bonder right now, just to try something different. But this one was pretty good. I might repurchase it if I decide that I don't like the other top coats that I try out. Alright, I have several makeup products here, and I actually have a few more makeup products that I'm not including in here because they're going to go into my Project Pan update. So if you want to see what those are, I will link my Project Pan update when I get around to that one. I'll probably do it next week. But these are just the ones that I've used up that weren't in my Project Pan. The first thing that I have is the Balm Staniac. This one was a little sample size type thing, and it's all dried out and gross. I wasn't a huge fan of it when it wasn't dried out, but I would not repurchase this one. I don't really like lip stains like this. I prefer lip glosses or lip crayons. I'm not a fan of stains. I have another little sample size of the Urban Decay De-Slick in a tube. This stuff is supposed to be like a mattifier that you put down before your makeup. I wasn't super impressed with this, even though it's just a sample. I didn't feel like it helped mattify at all. I felt like my oil still broke through a lot of my foundations even when I had this on. I have a foil packet sample of the Hourglass Liquid Powder Foundation. It's supposed to be mattifying, and this color was a nude. This is actually what I'm wearing today, and it's okay. I like the finish of it overall, but the problem with this stuff is it clings to any dry patches that you have. So I have a couple of dry patches on my cheeks right now, and it clings really badly to it and doesn't look very nice. So if you don't have any dry patches and you're super oily or something like that, I feel like this would be great, but I don't know. I don't think I would spend as much money as I know Hourglass stuff is for that reason. The color is also just a little bit too dark for me, but I made it work, whatever. But I like the finish overall, I just wouldn't spend that much money on it. My last sample size product is the Dior Show Extase Mascara. This stuff I really liked. I don't know that I would spend as much money as a Dior Show mascara costs, but I liked the way it made my eyelashes look. It made them look very long and dramatic, and it was really nice. I have a couple of products that still have a little bit in them, but I stopped using them because I was sick of trying to scrape around the edges and get it to work. So the first thing that I have is the Rimmel Stay Matte Pressed Powder, and this one is in Creamy Natural. I was sick of trying to scrape around the edges and get the last bits of it, so I decided to be done with it. This one is decent. I don't know. I'm not in love with it. I like it better than the powder I'm using right now, which is the NYX Stay Matte Not Flat, which I feel like looks really powdery. This one doesn't tend to do that, but I'm looking forward to trying other different powders and seeing if I like those any better, because this one, I don't know, I wasn't wowed by it. And then I have the Maybelline Colored Tattoo in Barely Beige. I can't remember if this was the limited edition one or if it's the other one that I have right now, the Barely branded. It's one of the two. There's still a little bit on the edges, but it got really tacky by the time I got done with it. And it was not making my eyeshadow look good. It was actually making it look worse when I put this underneath. But this is just like a pale champagne-y color. It works okay. I liked it and I used it up for a really long time. It took me a good probably 4 or 5 months to get through this, using it pretty much every day. I'm using a different one that's a very similar color right now. The Maybelline Tattoo stuff is always really great. It does a nice job of making my eyeshadow stay on and look more vibrant. And I very rarely have problems with creasing when I use this and a base, or this and a primer underneath. The last 3 items that I have are random ones that I don't know how to fit in a category, so they are what they are. The first one that I have is the Bath & Body Works Peach Bellini Antibacterial Cleansing Hand Soap. This is one of the gel ones. There's still stuff in it because I can never get to the bottom when we're using the gel stuff, which doesn't make me super happy because I feel like I'm wasting product. The Peach Bellini wasn't my favorite scent. It was okay, but I don't know. I think my boyfriend really liked it, but I wasn't a huge fan of it. I really prefer the antibacterial foaming soaps because you can always use up all of them. We used an Up and Up one recently that I actually liked a lot better than these, so I might start buying those instead of the Bath & Body Works ones. Then I have some biotin supplements. So I had been using hair, skin, and nail vitamins, and then I ran out of those, so I've been using biotin with my daily vitamins and trying to use that up. I like these. They're fine. I mean, they're easy to swallow pills. My hair grows a lot faster, but I've heard that biotin also breaks people out. I don't know, that might be part of the cause of why I've been breaking out so much recently. But they're decent. I got these at Target. They're the Up and Up brands. And the last thing that I have is a fragrance that I've been working on since I finished my last fragrance from Bath & Body Works. This is the Pink with a Splash Soft and Dreamy All Over Body Mist from Victoria's Secret. I really like this smell. It smells very tropical to me. I don't know. I don't know that they even still have these anymore, but I was a big fan of this. I have another similar one in my bathroom to use up, but I'm actually going to try to use up my Clinique Happy next. This is one that I would repurchase if they still had it, and I went through more of my other fragrances so I don't have so many. So that is it for my June empties. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you do empties videos, please leave those in the comments below. I like to see them. It's interesting to me to see the different reviews on what people think when they use up an entire product. I will be doing another one of these fairly soon because I'm moving at the end of July and I'm not going to take a bag of empty products with me to a new place. So you will see another one of these in less than a month, but I have a lot of stuff that's almost gone that I will have to share with you by then anyway. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please rate, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.